Asia's never really been as tranquil as it has today in strategic terms, if that is measured by the lack of interstate wars between countries in the region. So we're really now at historically low levels in terms of interstate conflict. We're in an age of austerity now when it comes to fiscal issues, and especially the amount of money that governments are able to devote to defence expenditure. So when you combine a relatively tranquil strategic environment with a fiscally straightened environment, what you have is, of course, lower public support for defence expenditure and governments having to fill holes in other areas. And what this means for the US-Australia alliance is that it's going to become more difficult, given the defence budget cuts in Australia, for Australia to step up and support the United States where it needs the support in the region. There are risks that future US administrations may drift towards, a more active policy of constraining China, trying to shape China's strategic behaviour that may be more assertive than the kind of current set of policies that the Obama administration is pursuing. And the risks for Australia are really that we are increasingly economically dependent on China, and will become even more so in the years ahead. That raises the question of, to what extent Australia would be willing to support a more assertive American constrainment strategy against China that may look to China like a containment strategy, because Australia's dependence on China economically makes it potentially vulnerable to the Chinese using that as leverage in future. I guess what I was advocating is a more robust dialogue and exchange of views among Australian and US experts on the potential for tension in the bilateral relationship resulting from misperceptions over what constitutes a more assertive American approach to China, and I guess how Australia can make its intentions clear in the long term too. We often assume that alliances tend to be dominated by the stronger power, but quite often Australia, it's really in Australia's interests to be as honest and open as it can be with the United States about what its long-term aspirations in the region are as well.